What's up, YouTube? How are you doing? Welcome. There we are. Finally. Now, the Grand Prix took longer than expected because of a very big crash in lap 1, which basically delayed the whole race, which is the reason my stream got delayed. Usually, Formula 1 should have ended at like 4:35 p.m., but then again, it's Monaco. Crashes happen as price on Bitcoin is moving to the downside. A little bit of support here, potential, but we need proof of support. Anyway, this live stream is not about Bitcoin. It is about the altcoins. And if you have never been here before, then how things work is you are first gonna vote for the altcoin. So what I'm gonna do is in a few seconds, I'm gonna put on a timer. And in that timer, you can ride, or during the timer, you can ride as many altcoins as you possibly can. I will then write these down in ChatGPT as quickly as I can. Then I'll put them in a poll. You guys are going to vote, and then the top 5 will be analyzed, and the others remaining ones will go in the Wheel of Fortune, and we'll do a couple in the Wheel of Fortune as well. And then it's the end of the live stream. So that is what's going to happen. But yeah, welcome everyone. Crypto Among Mido. I don't see Gaming TV. What's up, Olivier? How you doing, KG? Good to have you here as well. The legend KG himself, sometimes popping in. Bina, welcome. Big Laduski, good to have you here as well. Karim, to the moon with the channel. 20k in the tomb. I don't know, man. Probably in 2 months, maybe like 12 something. Probably like 13 something, I guess. But never say never. Bella Harden sniper, Ferrari win. Yep, Charles Leclerc finally got it, right? Finally got it. Wave 3. Hello, Koens. Been following you for the past 1 month. It's been great. Wouldn't miss any streams anymore. Cheers, Damchi. Appreciate it. Gabriel, Olivier, Ilker, Bettina. What's up, Cal? B Channel, Guiliano, the Contrarian, Offline, Karim. What's up, everyone? Good to have you here. So, yeah, altcoin stream. It is. Yeah, okay, price on Bitcoin moving down. What is interesting is we did hit the 886 from the high to the low here. So it does increase the probabilities any move down is corrective compared to it being impulsive. It's all probabilities, but we first need to see any proof of support in that case. If this doesn't hold here, the next area of support is the blue box 67.8 to 67 point, well, basically 68k, no? So that is then going to be the next area of support. If we do move down and have overlap with this high at 68.2k, probabilities for an impulsive structure up are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and all of this is going to be a corrective structure to the downside, a 3-wave move supported by 886, so it would have the highest probability in this case because 886, rare for 2, common for B or X, increasing the probabilities any move down is a wave C or a wave Y, which in turn increases probabilities to sooner or later take the top. So that is just probabilities, no? And yeah, if this doesn't hold, then there's not much below price to then look for new lows on the chart, really. Yeah, so we have a daily there and some volume maybe from the previous range. Before I go into the alts, quickly have a look here. Yeah, you also have the point of control of this previous structure in the same area. Other than that, you have the value area low at 67.3, but that's a single area of support. So yeah, that is pretty much it. No bearish CVD, interestingly, at the high. So, but yeah, it's not about Bitcoin. It's about the altcoin. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to put the timer on 2 minutes because I know from experience that in 2 minutes chat goes wild. We are with almost 100 people here, so it can go very, very quickly. And so I will have chat on my second screen. And the moment I press start, I go to ChatGPT and I'm going to type. So I'm going to move my microphone back. I'm going to show my fast typing and blind typing skills now as well. Oh boy. Okay. So, shall we? Boom. Okay. ONDO, Theta, PYTH, Moonbeam. Wow. I remember. 1 second. I remember why I didn't like. I see everything coming in. I remember why I didn't like to do that in ChatGPT because I can't enter. Okay, let me press the timer again. Wait, where did it go? Hello? We are still live, right? Yes. Shit. Okay, we have technical difficulties. We press start once again. Please just work now. Oh my. Just write it again, right? Please write one per time, not multiple per time. Also, no doubles because it doesn't help. Because they will be filtered by ChatGPT anyway. So if you write a double, it will be filtered. So writing it more than one time doesn't matter. So only write it once and you're good. I don't know if optimism is a serious... Give me the 3-letter words, guys. 3 letters, not like the shortcuts. I do not write down the full words. RNDR is already in. SEI is already in. Yup is probably bullshit. Adagalavet. So any doubles will be removed by ChatGPT. Bitcoin. Fetch is already in. And I think the only shortcuts. I don't run to full names. Only shortcuts. Full names are not going to be written down. I don't want doubles. Okay, that's it. Okay, that's it. So that is it. All the doubles will be removed. There we go. And now I copy this and I put this here. Preview. Oh. Looks about right. Okay, multiple options allowed. Participant names no. 1 vote per IP, not necessary. Lock VPN users. No, I don't see a reason why. Advanced settings. Okay, we create the poll. I gotta share it in the chat. So the poll is gonna run for a little bit longer. So we're gonna poll for, not 3 hours. Let's poll for 3 minutes. Should be more than enough time to vote, no? Cool. So, okay. There we are. Voting is already finished now. Voting is already finished. So you can now vote. Pretty much all the altcoins are in anyway. So I just keep refreshing. So I'm gonna press on start. You guys have 3 minutes to vote. And yeah, then we're gonna take it from there while keeping an eye on what Bitcoin is doing here. Value area low is touched of this range. Okay, let's refresh. Okay. Sol is in the list. But you maybe click to, I added it at the end. So it's in the list, it's probably at the bottom here. All the way down. You may have to refresh in that case. Okay, so the top 5 will be analyzed, and then all the others will go in the Wheel of Fortune, which is the one I have over here. So we'll create, I'll just copy the list. Let's see, the timer is currently on 1:50 pretty much, right before I close the voting. So if you haven't voted for your altcoin, make sure to vote. I just keep refreshing, keeping an eye on what Bitcoin is doing as well, right? So actually, it would have been nice if they can change this to like you see the votes coming in live, so it changes automatically. Oh, wait, live results. But I don't think this is updated each couple of minutes. No, I think I constantly have to refresh 12, 40, yes. So it doesn't update by itself. Okay, 1 more minute. SEI, ONDO, RNDR.PYTH. A couple of new names found their way in here. If there are equal votes, then the system automatically selects the coin that got the same amount of votes first. So naturally that's then gonna be the one, as I see a couple on 8 votes. 20 seconds to vote. Top 5 will be analyzed and the others go in the Wheel of Fortune afterwards. It will be high time frame analysis, as is usually the case. Okay, we have 10 seconds pretty much. XRP, I personally don't know. I just, as quickly as possible, wrote everything down. Okay, reset. There we go. Last refresh. SEI, ONDO, RNDR, and PYTH. So I'm going to write these down on my list. SEI, ONDO, RNDR.PYTH. Okay, and then all the others from MATIC down will go in the Wheel of Fortune. Wait. Perfect. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, so the first one is SEI, right? So yeah, SEI, ONDO, RNDR.PYTH. Those are going to be the ones. Starting then with SEI, no? Okay. Yeah. Let's find a chart. So I'm not sure which coin I already have and which one I don't. Oh. So I'll have to check. I don't know if there's actually a search option in here. I don't think I have SEI in the list. I do have RNDR, I see. So, okay, SEI, what, USD, USDD? What is the best chart? Now, usually during these type of live streams, I am a lot less chatty. Oh, look at me go. There is something going on this chart, I see. Then probably this is a good chart to have. Wow, I don't know how old this is, but the only target I had on my chart was 4 wave 5, which is very nicely respected. A, B, C, potential finished A, B, 1, 2. Interesting. So yeah, okay, I'm gonna add this one. Oh, it is in my coin coverage somewhere. Okay, never mind then. We found, oh, there we go, SEI USD. Perfect. Okay, well, let's see what else I have here. Bearish scenario, bullish scenario. Dark clouds coming in. So we are going to analyze SEI, SEI, ONDO, RNDR, DOT, and PYTH. Right? These are going to be the 5, and then we're going to do the Wheel of Fortune. As a storm is going to start now. 1 second. Yeah, it's getting dark real quick. Might have to put the lights on later. Now, during these type of live streams, I usually don't have too much time to check chat because, of course, I'm so focused on analyzing the chart. So it might be a bit of a television show, viewing show. And I will put the timestamps in the live stream as well, right? So if you miss anything, then you can also check out the live stream. Prepare for huge thunder. Yeah, it's getting very dark. Okay, so we're gonna start with SEI, and currently the time in the live stream for me here is 22. 20 SEI. Okay, there we go. So I already had some previous analysis here. Bullish scenario 1 2 3 4 5 finished, preferably here at the high in that case, right? So we can remove all of this as preferably this is then your high, or either or, one of the two. You're going to be looking. So now apparently now we have this as a high. Of course, well, 5 has to be here in that case. This has to be your 1. Reason is that if you're looking for 1 2 3 4 5, it would be an expanding diagonal to end your wave 1 5. Not impossible, it's just an expanding diagonal. Is less common, of course. ETH is not voted in the top 5, and you guys vote. So if ETH is not chosen in the top 5, it won't be analyzed. So the top 5, it may be only with the wheel of names. The top 5 was SEI, ONDO, RNDR, .PYTH. It's all in your control. So the high here, right? Your wave 1 is either or. Wave 4 pretty clear. 2 very shallow. Wave 2 here. 1 2 looks impulsive. There's always the opportunity for waves here to be 3-wave structures to create an ending diagonal, as an ending diagonal has to be 3-wave structures. So wait, let me, by the way, change my voting. 1 second here. There we go. So either or is the high of your wave 1 and the end of your wave 5. Potentially an ending expanding diagonal. Again, rare. You do have some clear 3-wave structures to end with. However, that also gives an opportunity to a flat in an A, B, and a wave is C. So this is something we'll quickly have to check. If we're looking for an ABC, it means, of course, we need a 5-wave structure down in C. And I have a feeling this wave 3 in that case is the shortest wave at this moment. So if we take a trend-based fib from the high, let's first do it with the low. That's, of course, shorter. And even there, it's also shorter. And clearly, this structure is shorter than this one. Now, in an impulse, wave 3 is not allowed to be the shortest wave. In other words, this here can't be a finished impulse or be an impulse. In other words, if we are looking for an impulse, we need to look for this to be a wave 4, but then this is your wave 2. So if we then take a fib time from, let's cut it long from the start to the end here, wave 4, then we're currently at the 4 fib time, which starts to get long for a wave 4. And if we take it, cut it short, it's from there to there to there, you're already at the 5 fib time. The 6 fib time here is the 3rd of June, and if we pull it from here, the 5 is at the 5th of June. So in other words, you definitely on SEI, if you are looking for a flat, wait, I think a flat might not even be valid anymore. 1 second. Start of A, end of B, double click, yeah. So okay, one thing is confirmed: low probabilities for a flat in an A, B, and a wave C to the downside. Wave C is longer than twice the length of A plus B, and this structure here can't be counted as an impulse, as your wave 3 is the shortest structure in this move to the downside. That increases the probabilities that your 5 and your 1 are moving to the right. So you then have some sort of a diagonal in that structure. Okay, a little bit of clarity. Then we take a fib from the low to the high. Check the wave 2 targets. It's on log. The 382 has been so far nicely respected. Got to go up in the time frames. So your common target area between the 05 and the 786. I actually want to color code this. I do like to work neat, so I'm gonna do you don't want to hit the 886, so let's make that one red. Let me know, by the way, if you want to have a background music while you see me at work, basically. Okay, so we have a impulse to the upside in our wave 1, preferably ended at the high. Common target for wave 2 is the 05 to the 786, 0.3296 to 0.16 would be very low. The 382 currently being respected here. The 382 is a minimum target for wave 2, and in a very bullish environment, it is a more common, or it increases in probabilities compared to what it usually has. Now that would mean that this structure here has to be the low, and you want to count impulsive moves on the lower time frames. That's what we're going to check in a second while I'm organizing my chart. This is of course the bullish scenario. Also quickly checking for support levels here. We have a bit of a gap. Okay. We have a daily here. We also have one here. This would be very low. Yeah, arguably your best area of support . Cool. Let me remove what's unnecessary. We've already covered that. We have a daily. Yeah, I'm gonna remove this as well. Only these two are kind of relevant. Yeah, of course, your point of control is also here. Ah, now would you look at that, no? Your value area high in confluence with your 382. Now because of the clutter, I'm going to remove the value area high and only keep the 382 on my chart here. Okay, so from a support perspective, your best area of support would definitely be lower. But at least you hit the minimum target for a wave 2. Let's go to the lower time frames for our, of course I don't go to the 15 and stuff, but let's see if we should be bullish. Take a fib from the low to the high. And we touch the 886. Both on the logarithmic and on the linear chart, which increases the probabilities that any move to the upside is part of a corrective structure, increases the probabilities that what we're looking for here is corrective, not impulsive, increases the probabilities to still take the double top. Typical 886 probabilities. That's actually the only thing I pretty much need to look for, because the 886 has such a profound effect on probabilities. 886 is very rare for a wave 2, is common for a wave B or a wave X, increases probabilities. Any move to the downside is going to be a wave C or a wave Y, which in turn increases the probabilities to sooner or later move down to take the double bottom. It doesn't even matter what you analyze here, really. At the moment, it's just rare for 886 to be a launch pad for any bullish structure. I gotta say, in altcoins, the alts of course are a pain in the ass. It happens more often. Also, if this is an impulse to the upside. If this is an ABC, you ended around the 1.236, which is a common wave C target. If this is your wave 2, this has to be your wave 4. Which means your wave 4 is also very short, shorter than your wave 2. So 886 probability is high to still take the double bottom. This move to the upside has a higher probability of being a 3-wave structure, as your wave 4 is shorter than your wave 2 here if you're looking for an impulse, which is uncommon. And price, if you take a fib from the low to the high to the low, price went to the 1.236, and the 1.236 here is a higher probability for a 3-wave A, B, and then your wave C target is here, right? So some lift music. Yeah, I'll put some music on the chart, especially when I'm, or in the background when I'm analyzing. Of course, I'm busy. Let me quickly boot it up. And that's pretty much it. Now towards the downside, as the probabilities are higher, this is a corrective structure. We take a fib from the high to the low. I just toggle on everything for a second, put it on log. By the way, you put it on log because of the percentage difference, right? 60% here, and to the upside another 60. So on these time frames, the higher, it's log linear. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Actually, from a fib perspective, it does. But in both cases, you pretty much hit the 382. The 382 is a target for a wave B or a wave X. Wouldn't be surprised if you see a bigger retracement. Let me pull a... fib retracement goes into medium. Looking for music. Now, of course, I do have to use non-copyrighted music because else I'm gonna have a problem. So if anyone has a great playlist, I do have the NCS playlist, the non-copyright sounds playlist on my like here. So I guess I can just boot that one up and hopefully we get some beats. 1 second. Okay, I'm gonna put the music very soft for myself because I need to focus, or off. If the music isn't great, I'll hear it from you. Because I need to focus on what I am doing. If the music is too loud, let me know. If it's too soft, let me know as well. Let me know. You have a great influence on the live stream today. Okay. Different music. Yeah, I have no idea. I'll just, whatever, fuck the music. I'm not interested in music. Either you love the stream silent or you hate it. But I need to focus, so I won't have music anyway, and I can't put any music on that is copyrighted because else the video goes offline. So whatever, we tried. So let me put this off. And of course I'm also working on time because I don't have all day, and analyzing the charts, it does take some time. So yeah, we do. So yeah, pretty much your support to the downside is your daily at 0.36, but your best area of support is 0.27 to 0.21. Now, from an Elliott Wave point of view, as the probabilities are higher, this is a three-wave corrective structure, or in a wave 4, you want to, no, if this is an impulse, in a wave A, you look for B and C. Even if this is a wave A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you need a wave 5 down before pretty much the 5th of June. There's one more week and a half. So there's always the potential you're looking at a W, X, and a Y here for a three-wave structure, correction, three-wave structure. Would be quite interesting to hit resistance before moving down, but we touched the 886 at the low over here. As you know, the 886 is touched, and the 886 is rare, 886 here, rare for 2, common for B or X. Any move to the upside, higher probability of being a C or Y, increasing probabilities to move down sooner or later to take the double bottom. So yeah, and it doesn't really matter locally what you're then looking for and if we move up or not, because before so from an Elliott Wave point of view, I need to turn bullish on SEI. It needs to clear the resistance because we got a 886 touch. So as long as I do not see price moving above the value area high, I'm looking for downside, which is pretty much 0.88, right? And one might say, oh, but that would be very, so I don't really trade altcoins, right, at all. But this would be a very late entry, yes, right? But it is also a very safe entry. If you can clear the last area of resistance, you're going to be looking for price to move up to all-time high. And that is, on this particular chart, still an easy 25%. Now, if price hits the 886, probabilities are there to move from an 886 to a golden pocket and then continue for potential reloading opportunity. But at the moment, probabilities are higher to move to sooner or later. We're on a high time frame daily. Sooner or later, still take the double bottom. Because price touched the 886, and that's the only thing that we have to know. So that's SEI. Hey, Tommy. See ya. Scammers. Okay, so that being said, let's go to the next one. And the next one is ONDO. Okay, so we are 40 minutes into the live stream. I'm writing it down because I need to put the timestamps in afterwards. Okay, I'm not sure if I have ONDO. in my list here? I don't think so. Would have been great if we can put this on alphabetical order or something. Can we? No. I guess the Coinbase chart. I'm not sure if I don't think I actually have this. Holy shit. Yeah, it's difficult to analyze these type of charts because they just go up. And so it's very easy. I don't know. So this must be ONDO, no? ONDO Finance. Let's see if this is the best chart we have, though. Yeah, I already know what I'm gonna say here, though. Wait for a range to form. As long as it's moving into all-time highs, it doesn't matter. Yeah, okay. So wait, what's the starting time here? 18th of Jan 2024. 22nd of Jan. Yeah, okay. So let me add this to my watch list, coin coverage. So yeah, this is from a high time frame perspective. Analysis here is very simple. Click symbol to sort by name. Ooh, huh. I had not. So look, I don't trade altcoins. I'm never in my coin coverage list. So I had no idea. But Maverick Sue, yo, thank you. This helps. Very nice. I like it. Yo, I had no idea. So because I never use this, I never have such a big list that I trade, right? So, yo, thanks, man. I learned something new today. Learning every day. Okay, so look, from an Elliott Wave point of view, right? I also don't yet know what RWA is, by the way. I'm interested, but from an Elliott Wave point of view, as long as price is moving to the upside impulsively, you just got to wait for a range. The range will give the next opportunity. So I will have a look on the lower time frames here. But on a daily time frame, and of course the weekly as well, the best tip from an Elliott Wave point of view is simply waiting for a range. You're in all-time high territory. You have no idea if price is gonna return to the downside here, if we go up to the upside and go much higher, if we start a range here, you don't know. It's a complete gamble. So therefore, from an Elliott Wave point of view, the best thing is to wait for a range and then take it from there. So this, of course, was the latest range, and well, yeah, now we move towards the upside, and on we go. Now, if you look at the volume, we can at least analyze the chart a little bit, right? If this would be the end of your corrective structure, you would at least expect one more 1, 2, 3 sideways 4 and a 5. So at least another 4 and a 5 on ONDO, where you count locally like this. As the highest amount of volume at the moment is in this push to the upside, your bullish scenario is going to be an impulse to the upside. For a bearish scenario, you're going to be thinking about flat structures as we're above the high. However, price has touched the 1.618. That is a rare target for a wave being a flat. Increases the probabilities that what we are looking at here is an impulsive structure. Now, when we look at this from an impulsive perspective, we would at least expect one more 4 and one more of 5. So we can take a trend-based fib from the low to the high of 1 to arguably the end. Let's do it to the low here. And toggle on the wave 3 targets. And usually a minimum target for wave 3 is the 1.618. And that one is sitting at 1.38. However, a wave 3 can extend to higher prices. So we got to wait and see how far it wants to go. It is quite interesting that the volume with this push at the moment, however, is lower than what we had previously. So a small detail. But we're not, by the looks of it, not finished with the move. As from an impulsive perspective, though, you would be looking for 1, 2, 3 sideways 4 and then eventually a wave 5. Wave 4 is a range and preferably that range is going to be at least the same amount of time as your wave 2. So if you take a fib time from the start to the end here, 30th of May, but you need some proof for a range to start, and at the moment price is just moving to the upside. Highest amount of volume is here, and since then we are moving up on decreasing volume, so we might not have to wait for a range to form for a very long time here. After the highest amount of volume, this candle here, preferably each range afterwards, is a wave 4. So of course we could have here 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 4 5 4, another 5, then get the bigger 1 2 3 4 5. Need to put this on the chart. Okay, one. This is let's see, 1 2 3 4 5. Up. 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 4 5 4. Preferably one more in a 5. So preferably do this, do that, sideways 4 3 4 5. Of course it can be a lot steeper, but this is pretty much just gotta wait for a range, and the range will give us all the information. This is gonna be local bullish. It's quite a nice WXY by the looks of it. WXY. We did have overlap here, so we can't count 1 2 3 4 and a 5. Just missed out on overlap here, but I prefer to focus on this current move to the upside. So this looks like a nice WXY sideways double combo. WX triangle in wave Y, start of the impulse here, 1 2. Internally we are then still looking for 1 2 3, eventually a range in 4, another move up in 5, another 4, another 5. That's your bullish scenario, and your bearish scenario would be a flat in that, this like this then has to be an A, and then you look for a B and then a C, but your wave B hit D 1.618, so it lowers the probabilities that this is a wave B, increasing the probabilities for an impulse. So I would mainly be interested in trying to track an impulse, which pretty much means waiting for a range to form, looking for a bigger wave 4. The range will give us all the information we need to get into a potential long when seeing proof of support and strength, aiming for another 5 4 5, so at least a good amount of percentage towards the upside. Yep, quite nice. Okay, the next one on the list is RNDR. That was a nice 10-minute analysis. We like those. Okay, RNDR, I do have that one. In the list. So I have two fibs on the chart, and those are 618. So that makes me think that the last time we looked at RNDR, I'm looking for wave 4 invalidations. This is a wave 4 of a lower degree, and this is a wave 4 of a higher degree. The wave 4 of a lower degree is, oopsie daisy, that is taken from, okay, from this low to the high. So pretty much what we're tracking is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What does the volume say? We do have lower volume, but there's still potential. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 618 is the invalidation for that at 577. This 618 must be taken then from this one, I guess. Yeah, so from this low to the high gives this 618, which is an invalidation for a bigger impulse, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At least for a wave 4, because a wave 4 shouldn't hit this 618. So that's the reason why I have those two on my chart. A lot of lines on the chart here. So see if we can make any sense of what we're seeing. Oh, we had the monthly here. So we hit the monthly. Where is it? I don't know what the key level is. Must be the point of control, I can imagine. No. Interesting. I like volume levels a lot. I don't know what the key level does, but it's in the middle of my chart. Let me also remove this. So we have the range here. Yeah, so we do have some volume. I will just circle this so that I know what's in this area. And I can keep the chart clean and only have my box there. Has this? Yeah, okay. Oh, nice. Okay, so the daily provided some solid support. We remove that. Monthly gap high, monthly gap low, biggest area of support by far. Weekly, POC, monthly, weekly. Remove everything. Okay. Okay. Now currently we are at all-time high prices on the chart here, which means this one is important. Oh wait, I can write inside these now. So there is the potential for an already finished 5 wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lower volume, another high. It's quite a short 3 though. Yeah, you're not even close to the 1.618, so preferably you would continue if you are bullish. Now, most commonly, wave 3 is the longest, strongest, and most impulsive wave. And that is why, so this structure at the moment is the longest compared to previous structures. So preferably, this is your 3 in that case. Invalidation is very clear. What's the bearish scenario? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yeah, so there's no overlap between price action of 1 and price action of 4. And in this case, you're looking for a move to end, but this means you have an extended 5, which is a lot more rare than an extended 3. So here you have 1, 2, 3. Your wave 3 is longer than your wave 1. Take a trend-based fib from the low to the high to the low. And we already have a wave 3 that is extended. It moved to the 1.618. Having two extended waves in one impulse is not common. It's very rare. So the probabilities are higher for the bullish scenario, which at the moment in best case would be a double 1, 2, and you want to move up. Volume is not really supporting a great. It's supporting a range. So your invalidation is clear. Yeah, so this is your currently preferred bullish scenario. Potentially your 3 is in and you're looking for a 4 and a 5, but that's why I have the 618 on my chart. So that's an invalidation for your white. Let me color code this. So this is your white invalidation. This would be your blue invalidation. But the probabilities are higher for price to still move up compared to this being the end of a wave 5 in the bearish scenario. Bit more usual in altcoins as far as I can tell. Yeah, I have the logarithmic chart. This is the not logarithmic chart. But with these type of alts, you need to use log. I mean, this is a 4,000% move up. Holy shit. So yeah, this is currently your preferred. That one. Huh. So we found support on the 236. Which is a support level for a wave 4. So it is good to see that at least a 236 is respected. Right? Gives a little bit of wave 4 vibes. With regards to support though, what are the confluences? Monthly gap high, which isn't yet touched, monthly gap low, and we have the blue box here also still in confluence with the 05. So never say never with regards to a move to the downside. But yeah, that is just potential here. Let's go to the lower time frame, have a look. Ooh, that ended on high volume though. $786. Time-wise, it depends on what we compare it with. You could have a finished WXY here, double zigzag. Fib time. Yeah, in that case, there would be a nice low. Don't really want to see a new low. In this case, you have enough time. 1 second here. So in this case, where we compare this, and this, preferably your structure is not yet finished. So we can use time now as well, which is quite nice. I always enjoy using time. A little bit of a liquidity grab, by the way. Double top, liquidity grab, 786. Move below the golden pocket again. Took the liquidity at the bottom. A very small summary for Bitcoin I did at the beginning. So you're still looking for 4 and then up for 5 unless invalidation is hit. And in that case, you're looking for bullish scenario as a finished impulse that ended here. And then a 3-wave correction. Price touched the 886, taken from the high to the low, increases probabilities any move to the downside is corrective, not impulsive. Increases probabilities to sooner or later take the double top before potentially at a later stage the lows. But at the moment, yeah, probabilities haven't changed. Yeah. So what you saw me do earlier is there's lots of overlap here. If this is the low of a 1 and this is the high of a 4, there's overlap. You can only have diagonals in that case. But yeah, that's not a pretty diagonal. No. 3 longer than 1, 5 longer than 3. There's always a possibility. It's an expanding diagonal. And expanding diagonals are less common. Okay, so you could have a flat here, A, B, C. Yeah. Okay, preferably then that, and this, and that, and that, and that. And your invalidation is after that wick for an impulse. Okay. The fib time is comparing wave 2 with wave 4. So in a bullish scenario, we have quite a clear invalidation. No? Your wave 3 would be very short. I probably need to put an alternative. This looks like an impulse up, and you took the high after. So even if you're looking at a wave A, B, C, which would be a bearish structure, this range is too long to be compared with what we have here. Like this range can only be compared to what you have here. So in other words, bullish scenarios do have a higher probability. Even if this turns out to be an ABC, you're probably going to look for a double zigzag WXY. Your even more bullish scenario would be the same alternative as Bitcoin has at the moment, where you have your, so let me use the same colors as on Bitcoin. You have your 1, 2 in green, and then you would have your 1, 2 in blue. If you do hit invalidation of that other scenario. We've hit the 382, which is a minimum target for wave 2. I'm on a 6-hour time frame actually. It doesn't matter. On the non-log chart, we hit the 382. So, and this is a 6-hour chart, so I actually shouldn't use log. So in that case, you already hit your minimum target at least. Wow, this daily is holding, eh? Order block as well. Yeah, there's not much left. Important support resistance area. By the way, you could already have a finished impulse here. Why didn't I think of that? But then your impulse wave 5 is a wick. I'm generally not really too happy with wave 5s being wicks. That's more common for corrective structures compared to impulses, but it would give you the opportunity to revisit the value area low in confluence with the golden pocket. Point of control, value area low. Okay. Yeah. So it's actually interesting. Because of this wick, the probabilities are higher to still move up in one of 3 bullish scenarios. Either 4 and 5 up, either your double 1, 2, or your 1 is finished and you retrace deeper. Now, from a probabilities perspective, as long as you don't hit invalidation, for now, this would have the highest probabilities. Because in this scenario, you hit the 382, which is an uncommon target for a wave 2, plus your second wave 1 is longer in time and price compared to your higher degree wave 1, which isn't preferred. And in your third scenario, you still need lower prices for your wave 2. You didn't even hit the 382 taken from the low to the high. So, and that would be a minimum target for a wave 2. But yeah, if we would be looking for bearish scenarios, this looks like an impulsive structure up. You could have an A, B, C and then be done. But then you want to move down and not grab the high again, which we did. So there's of course a possibility for an ABC, a flat structure, but then you would still expect price to move up eventually. Before maybe at a later stage taking out the low. Now looking at confluences, yeah, so a bit of resistance, weekly still above. Where's the 886 above price? 1297, 786, golden pocket. Been ranging a lot around the golden pocket here. Yeah, so are you still in your long? Yes. I'm just managing. I'm perfectly good with regards to my management. I'm already in profit. So yeah. Okay. RNDR, yo. The next one on the list is DOT. We've done DOT a couple of times, so I think that's going to be a quick one. 1-12-00. Okay. Oh yeah, the double bottom one. Currently, you know, bouncing on top of the point of control. Let me remove this, by the way. So first area of support is respected, point of control. Second area of support is the box 536 to 483. It's quite yeah. So apparently I've only been looking for support. I don't or not. Oh no, wait. Okay, I got resistance here as well. This has been touched, so I'm going to remove that. I'll do a quick look here for some areas above price. Nice. Okay. Retesting this gap for a second time increases the probabilities to fill the gap. You do want to close a monthly candle inside the gap though. Yeah, nice find. Targets. What's targets now? Okay, back to the usual. Oh, sorry. I expect a little bit of resistance here. Point of control. Passing the point of control increases probabilities to move to the value area high. So the point of control in combo with the weekly is an important resistance area. And then it makes me wonder if the monthly and the weekly will do anything once you pass the point of control. So for now, I'm just going to only select the point of control, but I will keep the other levels on the chart here. Okay, it's also in confluence with the golden pocket. Point of control is just below the golden pocket, so if you make it to the point of control, probabilities are high. You're gonna at least hit the golden pocket as well. No? Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna do the whole thing. Why not? We know the individual levels anyway. Okay. Pretty much the same. Either your 2 is in or not, but it's only a wick. The double bottom, that's something that that's annoying to see, right? You have a low, you create a double bottom dead close. Anyway. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, nothing changed here on the chart. Yeah. So what you see in the chart here is if on dot you're looking for a bigger three-wave structure to the downside, for dot to not take out the low of the chart, it needs to retrace to at least the golden pocket to have the 0.618 target for a wave C or a wave Y on top of the on top of the double bottom, which is going to be your main target. Price has to move up to at least the 886 for the 1-to-1 most common target for a wave C and a wave Y to be at the double bottom. So either move to the golden pocket, get the 0.618, rare target for C, still common for Y, on top of the double bottom, not making new lows, or move to the 886, go all the way back down, and the 1-to-1 is around the double bottom. So for dot to have any probability of staying alive, it first needs to move up, else you're gonna go below 0. Or what is this? 145. So yeah, that makes it very, very clear. No, I mean, you're very like you want to at least hit this before possibly one day hit this at the moment. If you're looking for a bigger corrective structure. Of course, if you're finished here, if you're finished here, then cool. You know, bullish scenario is continuation to the upside, which is literally this here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, A, B, C. We want to see impulsive structures to the upside. But for a bigger corrective structure, you need continuation. Gotta say, that's why I say time is long in the box. If you go down, up again, and down again, this corrective structure is going to be absolutely enormous compared to your impulse to the upside. So from a time perspective, it's long. We're at the 2 fib time. You still need to move up, right? We're on a weekly chart. And then you have to move down all the way again, where wave B for 0.618 and this one 886 for the 1-to-1. So not sure how likely it is you're going to finish a whole structure like this before a 4-fib time, which is very uncommon for rare for a wave 2, right? Preferably for a wave 2 in a bull, like if we're looking bullish, preferably your low is in. And you're going to be looking for price to move up. It would be very bearish for DOT to move down here for new lows, unless you at least hit the golden pocket. I think last time we already checked if there's any scenario that can take the double bottom quicker and still be bullish. In that case, you have a wave A, B, C, but then your wave C is going to be ridiculous. Your wave C target, the 0.618, oops, is, yeah, it's below price. Far below price, 2.43, which is in confluence with like an 886, which is rare for a wave 2. So in other words, if this is your high, it's very likely this would be a minimum target for C, which is already a rare target, as the 1-to-1 is a common target for C, which is below the low. You're at the 886 as well. The 886 is rare for a wave 2, so you don't want to hit it. So just by the context, this is hopefully not your low on DOT. Probability wise, it would be low probabilities. If you're looking for DOT to move up, that's definitely not what you want to see. Okay. Now that being said, let's zoom in. Oh yeah, the reason I put my 1 here is because price touched the 618, I believe, from the low to the high. Yeah. Yeah. Wouldn't be bad to see DOT at least move down a little bit further. If it wants to, at least. And the reason is that currently the highest volume here is in your low, okay? Higher probability for this to be a wave C or a wave Y, which decreases the probabilities for a flat. Increases the probabilities that this wave 1 might have to move to the high here for a bigger 3-wave structure. But then your area of support is still going to be this area. Yeah. Last resort. This range now is also too long to be matched to wave 2s. Yeah, low probability. So might have to move wave 1 to the right. And then this impulse is counted differently. Instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to be a slightly different, has to be a different count if you want to count impulse, an impulse here. WXY. 618 for wave 4 is simply, it's That would be crazy. Potentially 1. And then you're looking for pop. This is still very early. So your most bullish scenario is your 2 is in. A bearish scenario, probabilities are higher. This is a corrective structure because the volume is in the low. And this range is now too long in time to be a wave 4. So if you do move down, probabilities are higher. It's a corrective structure. Now, because the probabilities here are for potential ABC, an ABC has a wide variety of structures. Now, wave 2 can be anything but a triangle. So you could have a double zigzag, W, X, and then a wave Y. That's one option. A triangle is a second, but that's not allowed in a wave 2. You can have a flat as well. Flat would be A, B, C, but then you need to move all the way up. So a WXY has higher probabilities. And you can have a WXY double zigzag or a sideways WXY. That depends on hitting the 0.7, taken from the high to the low at, where is it? 957. Okay, between 950 and 10. I'm on a log chart, I just noticed while being on a daily time frame. So yeah, so far it doesn't really look that great yet, like bullish here. It took so long for price to take out the high. Dot looks impulsive to 0. It's not a great impulse, of course. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 overlap, so you need to think about diagonals here. In that case, even though it looks really stupid. Yeah. So it's and your wave 2 is bigger than your wave 4, which is less common. So that's increased probabilities for a 3-wave structure here, A, B, C. Now you're going to be thinking again about a like it's going to be a W. A triangle is invalidated because price took the highs here. Oh, wait a second. 1, A, B, C, 2, 1, 2. Possibly another 1, 2. Currently, this here looks very much like a 3-wave structure, increasing the probabilities to sooner or later take the high. Because if you really want to revisit lows, then you need an impulse, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a diagonal, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, correction, continuation, or a double 1, 2. And if this is 1, 2, 3, where's your 4, where's your 5? So an impulse doesn't really work. A diagonal, it's too early to call. And a double 1, 2 would be 1, 2, 1. This 2 is reaching the 886, which is rare for 2. So increases the probabilities this is corrective, which increases probabilities that any move down remains a higher probability to move up to take out this high. And then take it from there. We're also ranging inside the gap now, increasing the probabilities to fill this gap on a 4-hour time frame, which moves, let's see, what's the high of the gap if we go up in the time frames. Eight 19. So yeah, short term, I mean, probabilities would still remain higher to take out this high before anything else and then take it from there, where you could have a wave 1, A, B, C, and 2, that's your flat, probably a 786 touch. It must be 786, golden pocket / 786. And then the potential for another one, that would be your bullish scenario, end of 2, and then continuation up. Locally, probability is high to take this high sooner or later. We are ranging in the gap, hit the gap for the first time, rejected. Now closed candles again, even above the previous high, which does increase probabilities to fill the gap. So even if you do move down, the probabilities are higher. This is a 3-wave structure down, increasing probabilities to sooner or later still take out the high. So cool. Dot. Okay, so we have PYTH left. PYTH. At least in of the top 5. Wait, what's the time? 1:32. Okay, let's see if I have this one. So with regards to new requirees, we've already done a full voting on the altcoins. Everyone had a chance to give their alts. I made a big list of it. People voted. And after the voting, the remaining ones are in the Wheel of Fortune. So far, we've done SEI, ONDO, RNDR, DOT, and now we do PYTH, or PYTH, or PO, whatever. And then we're going to do at least a few, or at least one at least. So keep an eye on time on the Wheel of Fortune. So also the smaller ones have an opportunity. So requesting specific coins does not work, as we do everything by community. So the voting by the community and the wheel of name is completely random, where also smaller coins have an opportunity to be analyzed. So that being said, I don't have anything with PYTH here. Wait, has its own. So is this a platform? Very low amount of I guess this is pretty much it, no? 5th of December. November, but it doesn't matter, it doesn't change my count. So let's go to Kraken. It is a little bit wiki. Do we have a lol? We just also, is it just wiki because low volume? Probably. Let's just use the PYTH platform itself in that case. If we go to the lower time, yeah, okay, it looks good. Put this in. I always start counting from highs and lows So I don't count anything before, because it doesn't matter from an Elliott Wave point of view. You want to try and count this impulsively, and if probabilities aren't higher for this to be an impulse, we look for new lows. Volume highest in here? Volume isn't working. Do we have volume here? Yes. Okay, then I'm going to use this chart. They're not. Okay. I will check the volume on some charts here. I just want to check if the highest volume is not in the high. And it looks like it isn't. And I check it because if the highest volume would be in the final push, it's a higher probability for corrective structures. I mean, yeah, it's going to be a pretty short analysis here, though. Bullish scenario is quite obvious. We've retraced very deep. Even the weekly might give the clearest count, but of course, you're going to be looking for this in a bullish count. Pretty much the only bullish option. Let's stick with the weeklies as resistance. Cheers, Douwe. Cheers. Thanks for popping in. Yeah, it's a very easy trade setup, of course. I mean, super clear invalidation. It's the low. And if you are looking for a wave 3 to the upside, you do trend base fib from the low to the high to the low. wave 3, logarithmic, it's on. Preferably you're going to reach, let me put the prices on to be sure here, 6. It's only 1200%. So I mean, yeah, and your invalidation is the low. You're at the golden pocket 786 area, golden pocket now, as we had a little bounce. Time wise, a wave 2 here, you know, it has spent enough time compared to wave 1, like 2 is long enough compared to wave 1 in a bullish scenario. This is the only bullish scenario. If you take the low, you're going to be waiting again for another bounce. So if you take the low, you're going to be either waiting for a very big sideways range here somewhere, or take the low, stabilize, move up, and then you have to count an impulse again. By the time that happens, we're going to be weeks and probably months away from that to happen. So for traders, like, no financial advice, but if you risk 1% per trade, you have such a clear invalidation. You're at the golden pocket area. If it hits -1%, wait for a range, potential new bounce, see if anything bullish happens. If not, then yeah, you just look for lower. But this is the only bullish count here. There's nothing else going on. It's the only option. You have one move up, you have one move down. It's not really something that you can analyze in a lot of detail. You ended on a high amount of volume, typically for something that is wave C or wave 3-ish, C or Y. If it is a wave 3, we want to see a 4 and a 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, yeah. Yeah. Arguably your bearish scenario. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Potential double zigzag. Yeah. Correct, John. But I'm also not sure about the end here. This looks like a potential ABC correction, but then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 correction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's nonetheless, it's a pretty solid area. We have one more area of support down here, and this daily is in confluence with the 886. You don't want to touch the 886 for wave 2. So pretty much this box is the only support left, 0.31 to 0.34. Ending with a sharp move here. Higher probability C if this is a structure by itself instead of a 5. So yeah, I mean, it's quite simple now. For a move to the upside, you're at support. Either 2 is in, one more low. This is your next area of support. Daily here is in confluence with the 886. Rare for 2, common for B or X. Any move up has a higher probability of being corrective if you do hit this daily. For a C or Y, increasing probabilities to go down and take the lows. So in other words, you don't want to hit that daily 886 taken from the low to the high. Perfect confluence with the 886. So yeah, that's that. Bearish scenario, you just fall. I mean, so far by looking at the move to the downside here, a lot of overlap to begin with. can't really count this a nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but then still you would expect a retracement up. If this is a finished impulse, you're still going to be looking for a retracement before continuation. So you still have lots of time in that case to observe what price does and see if you get bullish continuation or another drop. If you have a finished impulse here. If you're still looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, blah, 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 5, you would expect a bounce at the box below and get a retracement before then later potential continuation. Retracement is going to be the place to observe what price does for continuation or rejection. However, it looks corrective for now. Like lots of overlap at the beginning, a sharp move, which is wave C-ish, 3-wave corrective structure, potential for another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, oh no, this can't be part of the same 4, overlap between 1 and 4, so yeah, A, B, C, up. I mean, it's quite simple for PYTH here, from an Elliott Wave point of view. Bitcoin ranging, typical weekend stuff. Okay, cool. That was the top 5 that was voted for. SEI, ONDO, RNDR.PYTH. SEI at 22 minutes in the live stream, ONDO at 40, RNDR at 50, DOT at 1 hour and 12, and PYTH at 1 hour 32 and 30 seconds. Let's do at least a wheel of name here. Wheel of name. See what we get. These are the remaining ones that were voted for. Wait, that actually makes me think. Did everything get a vote? Yes, except for these. Okay, so I gotta keep that in mind. What is bonk? Oh no. Guys, I am curious, like what kind of person trades bonk, you know, bonk, let's go to bonk. I think I may have actually analyzed it once before. Yeah, so it's not the first time. Oh, look at us go. We have something. Yeah, I recognized it. Yeah, so it's, but that's apparently it's the only, I don't have anything else on bonk. Now, as I apparently was looking for corrective structure here, probably I mentioned that probabilities are higher to still take the high, and now that played out, so we're not complaining for our. Of course, eventually one should touch the 886 here. Wait, do I need log? Yeah. One should touch the 886 as well. Any move down, higher probability of being corrective, increasing probabilities to take the double top. We may have done bonk last time. In that case, it's a month, pretty much a month ago, yeah. It must be, I think we may have done bonk on the Sunday then, that was somewhere here. But yeah, we took the highs now, so very nice. I would keep an eye on this 886. Yeah, I mean the price doesn't even matter. You can kind of see where I pull it from. One big triangle. Oh. Once you hit the 886, probabilities are higher to take the high eventually. But after price touches an 886, it is quite common for price to move to the golden pocket. So this would be an important support area. From an Elliott Wave point of view, I mean, the 886 is 18%, then down 25 to 30%, and then look for upside. It's quite common for price to do 886 golden pocket, and then if it can find strength, continue market structure change, bullish local structures. So we touched the 1.618, decreasing probabilities for a flat. Highest amount of volume is in this leg to the upside. So this move up can be counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like an impulsive structure. Corrective structure. After an 886 touch, corrective move to the downside. Potential here for 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And then get a couple 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5 before a retracement again, which could be interesting. Touch the 886. Finish 5, get the retracement, golden pocket. This is then the big question, because in this scenario for the bulls, you're going to probably be looking for 1, 2, 1, 2 continuation in a 3. So this would be a wave 2. If you fail, I mean, yeah, of course the invalidation is this low. But if you take this low, probabilities are higher. This is a 3-wave structure, increasing probabilities to take that low. So in other words, take this low, likelihood you might take that low. The only time you won't do that would be triangles, but that's too early to call. Or a WX and then a wave Y that doesn't take the low of your W, less common. So yeah. And so that's bonk. Pretty much. So probabilities are, look at the volume, are higher. You're coming out of a corrective move. You move to the upside. Highest amount of volume. It's too high for a wave B, for an A, B, C. Increasing probabilities, this structure is something else. In that case, we're looking for a 3 here. Now in that case, we could have 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, range to the upside, and then retrace soon, meaning we are moving up now on decreasing volume, which is quite typical for 4/5s. So there might not be too much juice anymore in this move to the upside before you get the retracement, and then the retracement becomes an opportunity. Golden pocket also support resistance area on the chart, by the way. So yeah, that's it. Yeah. I'll leave my my design on the. Oh, let's remove this though. Cleaning up. You mean this? Up, sideways, up, side, yeah, potential 1, 2. Or here, yeah. Yeah. Okay. So we've done the top 5 for people that are new. How we do this is at the beginning of the stream, people have a couple of minutes to mention as many alts as they can. After that, we do a voting
right, using straw poll. Then the top 5 is going to be analyzed for sure, which was SEI, ONDO, RNDR, .PYTH. That was the top 5, and now all the others are in the Wheel of Fortune, because also the less voted coins should have an opportunity to be analyzed. So we've just done BONK, and now we are at KDA. In case you're curious, for one of the ones I mentioned, SEI was at 22 minutes, ONDO at 40, RNDR at 50, DOT at 1 hour 12, PYTH or PYTH at 1 hour 32 and 30 seconds, and BONK started at 1 hour and 48 minutes into the live stream. And now we have a KDA at 1 hour 56:00. I might have KDA. Yeah, got the USDT chart though. Looks like it hit the resistance box and is rejecting. Okay, 618 touched. Okay, weekly. So we hit resistance. We got a rejection. That is nice. Oh, and this is all I have. Okay. What the hell is... What's this impulse to the upside? Every week, Skywalker. Every week. Every weekend. Might have to change Elliott Wave Sunday in the thumbnail to just altcoin and then Elliott Waves. Because it might not be every Sunday. So far it is, but sometimes it might be Saturday. Depends on the weekend. Like Sunday would be standard. If I can't on Sunday, it's Saturday. If I can't in the weekend, it's going to be another day. John. Yeah, but this would then be... I think KDA was a question from someone in gold. And I then copied the chart. This looks stupid. Okay, let me fix this up. Wow. On its way to 0. Yeah, I mean... Do we have more info, or is this it? KDA. This is Feb 2020. No. No. Oh, whatever. Isn't the best for illiquid alts? Yeah. The problem here, of course, is your wave 1. So you can count an impulse up here. Of course your wave 1 has to end here, like there's no other option. One massive wallet, yeah. Like, of course your wave 1 has to end here. There's no other option for this high. It's too high for a wave B or a wave X. It has to be a high of an impulse. This in an impulsive structure has to be your corrective structure. In a bullish environment, that is your wave 2. Now again, we have 3 options. You have an impulse to start off the low, right? Impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Preferably no overlap between 1 and 4. Diagonals, either contracting or expanding. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correction, continuation. Or a 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, maybe another 1, 2, and then boom. Of course, you have a boom here. But after that, you want to see 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5. Where is it, right? It's not there. So therefore, we can't count this as a double 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's great. But 4, 5, 4, 5 is lacking. You do have overlap. So then you have to think about a diagonal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, no problem. Expanding diagonal, it happens. But your wave 3 is shorter than your wave 1. Yeah, 1300, and you need the log chart. So you also need log settings. Yeah, so and wave 3 being shorter than 1 and shorter than 5 is not allowed. It's an invalidation. So that doesn't work. And a normal impulsive structure to the upside has overlap. That also doesn't really work, no? So an impulse here is not great. Unless, and that is why I tried to look for more information, unless we have more info somewhere here, which would make more sense of this, where then the end of your correction must be here. Because even in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's no 4. So you need to end your correction here. But then, of course, you already touched the 86 by now. Which is rare for wave 2. Now, so in other words, probabilities are higher for bearish scenarios, but removing all the sense and rules of impulsive structures, because it is a random altcoin. So yeah, you never know with this stuff. After a big move down, price is at least stabilizing now. Change some market structure, right? Step 1. Does move down relatively quick. This range is already quite long, so if this would be a 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, you need a 4, 5, 4, 5. This range is already quite long for any of the 2s here. Yeah, new low was made on 6. Is it a new low, by the way? No, it's not. So probabilities aren't too high for an impulse down. Even if you have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and you look for a 4, 5, 4, 5, your wave 4 hit the 6th time, which is low probabilities for a 4, increasing probabilities of a corrective structure down. However, probabilities are higher to still look for lower prices, as locally you hit the 886. So the probabilities remain higher locally to look for lower prices. Okay, time. So if we then do look for some support, oh, we also have a weekly gap now, by the way. Might as well test the gap. monthly. Okay. Skywalker, mate. Yeah, welcome to the silver team, man. Welcome, man. Send me Skywalker. Send me an email, koenztrading at outlook.com, and I will get you sorted after the live stream. But welcome to the second step on the podium, which today was for Oscar Piastri, if you watch Formula One, that is. Yeah, cheers. Welcome to the team. Okay, so it's pretty much the weekly. Yeah, I don't need the fibs. These 3 lines, that's it for me. Okay, we got that 886. Oh, wait. So yeah, short term, probability is higher to move down sooner or later, even if you do move up, because we have an 886 touch at the low. Higher probability for this low here to be a wave B or a wave X. Increasing probabilities to sooner or later move down, even if you do move up. We have a bit of a gap here as well, sitting between 1 and 115. Areas of support to pay attention to. Now, because of this range being longer than 6 times the length of these 2 ranges here, it increases probabilities. This is a corrective structure to the downside, which does increase probabilities to still take this high at a later stage before taking the low. Yeah. That's that. That is that. KDA. Okay. Ooh. MATIC. Oh wait, I have, oh no, cost and okay. I thought I had 2 charts. So the reason we do the Wheel of Fortune is because the top 5 voted coins have already been analyzed, which were SEI, ONDO, RNDR, DOT, and PYTH. And after that, all the others go in the Wheel of Fortune. So the smaller ones have a chance as well. We just did BONK and KDA, and now we go into MATIC. Okay, cheers, Skywalker. Welcome to the team. I'll make sure to Check emails after. Holy shit, what do I have on my chart? So just by the colors of my fib time, this is an old analysis as I've updated all of my fib times. Don't stress, it's Sunday. Nah, not stressing. The altcoin streams for me are like relaxing. I do notice though that it's now over 2 hours, of course, of analyzing different charts. So it does, take energy. Bitcoin still ranging. Yeah. Ooh, this is very old. Hey, at least we are at support. I think I may just remove all of my old analysis. I would, yeah, okay. Oh. So your impulse up is actually quite nice. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5. So long term, probabilities are higher for MATIC to be bullish. Your first area of support is what I highlighted here. So those are structures because there's not too much holding price here. So if you lose this, yeah, it can be quite a drop because there's not much below. Yeah, that's it. You have one extra weekly there. So preferably, of course, in a bullish scenario, you don't drop, at least in your most bullish scenario, from low to the high. However, locally, preferably you see a bit more downside though. Even the 382 isn't touched. Now, just like on Bitcoin, the higher the time frame, like if you go to a Bitcoin monthly chart, you'll see that in your first bull market, price retraced to the 0.236, not the 382 or the 05 to 786 area. No idea. Maybe a topic for another time. Sure. Adam, cheers. Yeah. Okay. Higher probabilities, this is a corrective structure, not an impulsive structure. But then also the move to the upside, I would prefer to end an impulse here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C. The problem is this move doesn't look like a nice impulse. Even if you do like 1, 2, you get a sharp move down here and you only took the lows once. But you can't count this as a nice 3. Your wave 3, I think, is shortest as well. Not if you take that pivot. Not if you take that pivot. Okay, you might be lucky. I mean, for the bears. 1, if this is 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, wait. I need to go lower time frame. You don't want overlap between the end of 1 and 4. You might be very lucky here for the bears to count this an impulse because there's no overlap in that case. So you could count it 1, 2, 3 with an extended fifth, 4, 5. The problem then is your wave 4 hit the golden pocket, which invalidates a wave 4. Yeah, it's very, 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 very rare. So yeah, higher probability, this is corrective, not impulsive, which increases the probabilities to continue the range or take out the highs sooner or later. Now there's the possibility here for a 5 waver, but ABC here isn't great. So then you want this to be the high of an impulse, but then you have this range that you have to cope with, and this range is way too long for any wave 2s. If this is your 2 and this is your 4, it's not cool, right? It's not great. So that also increases probabilities for a 3-wave move up here. Which could then get us a potential triangle. A, B, C, D, E, up. Invalidation. And, I mean, arguably this is your invalidation as well. And this would be your wave 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. That would be your most bearish, bullish scenario because you're looking for a 5 to end a big impulse, and then you're going to get a big retracement is expected after that. But yeah, I have to. So if I do that. A, B, or something, C, D, A, B, C, D, E. Yeah. I don't generally really enjoy triangles. It's just that locally it's not easy to find impulsive, bullish impulsive scenarios here. So okay, a triangle is an idea, but let's focus on more local price action, see if we get more clarity here. So this is your low of the latest push up, and this is your high. Weekly order block. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, Bitcoin. We do have bullish CVD here now with the low, interestingly. But importantly, at the moment short, 886 here is hit, taken from the high to the low, which does increase probabilities for any moves down to be a wave C or a wave Y, increasing probabilities to still sooner or later take out the highs before possibly the lows. As you touch the 886, which is rare for 2, common for B or X, increasing probabilities move down is corrective. So even if you do fall, the probabilities would be higher for corrective structures, increasing probabilities to take the highs sooner or later. Level by level, we do have support still below. We are at support now as well. At the beginning, all the way at the beginning of the live stream, I checked in with Bitcoin. So the highest volume is in your low here. And if we then take time again, 1 2 1 2, if this is a double 1 2, then your wave 4 is already very big in time, no? This is your high. Logarithmic. You use log, or you use log charts if price is pumping like hundreds of percent in a short amount of time, which is usually with altcoins, or if you go to weekly time frames or higher. So if price moves a lot of percent on your chart that you analyze, go to log, and if you go to the weekly or higher, go to log as well. But like on a chart or like on Bitcoin, for example, if you are on the daily time frame, on the daily you can most of the time use linear normal chart instead of log. At least if you use the daily chart locally. If you then zoom out too much again, you need to go to log because of the price difference, the percentages. Because logarithmic chart is correcting for the percentage move. 1% at 1K is a big difference compared to 1% at 70K. So that's what you keep in mind. So once the percentages get too big, you correct and you move to log. Now, as the highest amount of volume is in the low, preferably if this is 1 2 1 2, you're looking for your 3 and 4 5 4 5, which means this 2 first needs a 4 and another low. So if we take a fib time, let's give a little bit more time to it. Then at least the high is made before the 4, but then you want to count 1 2 down. We already touched the 886. Oh, we just missed out on hitting the 886. Okay, so there is the possibility, at least still, for an impulse down. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. That has to be a high though, and then another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, another 4, and then another 5. But by that time, you're at the lows. Cheers, Christian. Yeah, so it doesn't look too great. Now, if price takes out this high, probabilities immediately switch to bullish and sooner or later taking that high. So you're not far off, but you first want to see the high taken. And the reason is time. If you take this high before the low, probabilities increase. This is corrective, increasing probabilities to sooner or later take out the high and move to the upside. Currently, you're in the middle of two scenarios, corrective down or still a potential impulse down. An impulse could be A, B, C, but in that case, we take a fib time from the start of A to the end of B. Double click here, we still have enough time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If this is the end and this is your wave 5, you're looking for A, B, C. So there's the possibility still 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And then we need 5, 4, 5. But oh man, we're already so close to the lows. Wouldn't be great because you're going to be touching the 886. Yeah. So, preferably it's actually not an impulse. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, another 4, another 5, likely touching 886 in that case. If you want to count an impulse up though, in a wave 1, 2 and up, the 886, rare probabilities for a wave 2. In that case, you might take out this low and then wait, let's focus on local price action first before I zoom out. So if we aim for a 335, you want to finish another 5, 4, 5 before the 2 fib time, 14th of August. Touching the 886 is rare for wave 2, common for B or wave X. Increasing probabilities any move up is corrective. In other words, lower probabilities, this is a wave 1, 2 up. It can still be a wave W, X, Y, end at the 886 and move up. That's no problem, but by that time, we then want to see a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and move into a correction. So this is still going to take a lot of time. And if you take the low, then you also invalidate a triangle. You can also, A, B, C, D, E, C is also still an option, no? It's also still an option. But your invalidation would be the low. Okay, time-wise, you're still good for wave 4. You hit the 2, 3, yeah, okay, so you hit the common target area for wave 4 as well. Invalidation is all the way down here at 0.0678. So yeah, for now on the high time frames, looking for a wave 4 if you do move below this white box, I mean the weekly is left, but losing this, and then the bullish scenario is finished 1, 1, 2 up. The probabilities are higher for this to be an impulse, so naturally probabilities are higher to still look towards the upside. And locally, going below the weekly is not preferred, so that would be a bit of a invalidation. Very, very locally though, here we are in the middle of two things. If price can take out this high before the low, probabilities increase. This is a three-wave corrective structure, which increases probabilities to sooner or later take out the high, where you have then a potential continue ranging or move up and take the high is then the highest probability. If you take the low, you might have an impulse to the downside, and you're very close to the 886. So in that case, I would need more information locally, because you might move to the lows there as well. You have some support here. So yeah, that's that with might be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is your bullish. Okay, wait, I need to clean up the chart here. This is bullish. Actually, yes. This is bearish. And in your bearish, and you have a potential triangle in your B. A, B, C, D, three-way structure. Take out the high, move up for E. Do not take the high, still move down, take the low first. You might have a finished triangle, and then you move down in C to the lower support. That would be your bearish scenario. I mean, invalidation is, if you move below the weekly, that would be problematic. For this 0.21. So a local price action now is important to determine what's going to happen next. Take out this high here, and probabilities are high to at least continue ranging and move up so slightly, or take the high. In a triangle, of course, you might move up and then still down, but that's just risk management. If you take the lows first, there's the potential of an impulse, where you also take this low, and then you need proof of support, because there's, you're going to hit this support level for the second time, and you have only a weekly below, close below the weekly, and it's a long way down. Now Bitcoin, of course, is high probability on the weekly time frame to still move up. So if we take Bitcoin into account in confluence with most of the alts, with Bitcoin having a higher probability of still moving to the upside for at least one more push, if not two more pushes, you would argue that this scenario has a higher probability, looking for a 4 and a 5, instead of having a dip this deep, because that is a massive, like if you do move below here, that would be bear market stuff. So highest probability is to stick around in this area and then move up for your 5. I haven't looked at AVAX, at least not this live stream. I may have in the previous ones, actually. Skywalker. A cup and handle for another local low here before upside. Yeah, that has potential, especially if you take out the low first before that low time frame high. Yeah. Okay, everyone. I think I'm going to call it. We've been online for 2 hours 35 min. We've done SEI, ONDO, RNDR, PYTH BONK KDA, MATIC. So the top 5 voted were the first 5 by all of you. SEI, ONDO, RNDR, and PYTH 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then BONK KDA and MATIC came after, which is the Wheel of Fortune. And next week on Sunday, there's another analysis, or Saturday, if I can't on Sunday. I don't think I have something booked just yet, but if I do have something booked with regards to, oh no, on Saturday I'm with my family, so Sunday I'm probably home on Sunday. As Saturday I have dinner with the fam. So, yeah, so next week, Sunday, will be a new Elliott Wave analysis on the alts. Make sure to be there. I always wait at the beginning of a live stream for at least 100 people to be here so that we can do a vote, you know, with the community. Because how it works with the live streams, in case you don't know, with the altcoin live streams, is first I write down the whole list of all the alts that are mentioned. I then put that in ChatGPT to get out the doubles, right? So I want ChatGPT to remove all the doubles. Then we vote for all the alts, and you can go ahead. And then the top 5 is analyzed, which is always different. This was actually a fun top 5, different than the previous ones. And all the others go in the wheel of names, so that also the smaller alts have a chance to be analyzed instead of all the time the same ones. You know, the top 5 can be quite similar at times, but then at least others do have a opportunity. So next week we'll do more alts. So let's see where we are with regards to Bitcoin as well, of course. Next week. Is there any news next week, actually? Yes, on Thursday and Friday. Okay, that should be quite interesting. Bearish CVDs here on blue, lower high, higher high. Red candles, yellow moving up, in candle bearish CVD, so not really a lot of strength shown locally. However, just quick with Bitcoin, price here hit the 886. So that is, the 886 is a rare target for a wave 2, common for a wave B or a wave X, increasing the probabilities. Any move down is a wave C or a wave Y. If we do move down a little further, an impulse up is invalidated. 1, 2, 3, waiting for 4 and 5, because your 4 invalidation is the high at 68.2K. In that case, the bullish scenario is changing to a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, finishing here. And that's then what you're looking for a potential ABC, or of course bullish 1, 2, 3. Main area of support to the downside is the blue box, 67.8 to 68K. Fail to find support there, and yeah, there's not too much going on below. But the 886 is an important detail. Tomorrow I will analyze Bitcoin in more detail again. So of course your bearish scenario is A, B, C. But because of the 886 touch, the probabilities would then be higher still to have another corrective structure down and then move up once more. You could be looking at a W, X and a Y in that case. because the 886 is rare for wave 2. It's rare, but not impossible. So we'll see. Okay. Ooh, thanks everyone for hanging out. Appreciate you you all being here. So we've done let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've done 8 alts: SEI, ONDO, RNDR, PYTH, BONK KDA, and MATIC. And I will make sure to put the timestamps in the live stream immediately after. And Skywalker, I will get you sorted as well. So yeah, cheers, Sam. Thanks as well. Alex, Particles of Time, Skywalker, everyone here, Sidiums. Thanks for being here. Mohammed, Panda Wave, just popping in to say hi. Cheers, cheers. Yeah, so thanks everyone. Hope you enjoyed. Next week is another round of altcoin analysis on the Sunday. Yeah, let's see what we get then. But for now, have a very pleasant evening, morning, afternoon, night, wherever you live in the world. And tomorrow morning will be a new Bitcoin update. So let's see what Bitcoin is going to give us tonight. That being said, have a good one.